I've had a kind of chaotic morning, but I'm here with you because I love you too. So today our theme is attitude of gratitude. And how wonderful is that with Thanksgiving? Look at that. Gratitude is appreciation, thankfulness, grace, acknowledgement, blessing, recognition, affirmation, kindness, mindfulness, generosity. And when you think of those different feelings, there's something inside of you, right? When you think of thankfulness, grace, blessing, how blessed you are. So today, that's what we're focusing on. And whatever you do, don't get stuck on the one thing that ruins your day. Life is too short to waste on negativity. Right? Hallelujah. And that's where we should, why do so many people focus on the junk that's happening in their life and not the beautiful things in their life? We wake up every day to this beautiful valley, these beautiful mountains, and those people back east are freezing their off. So anyway, I want to share, I've told this story before, but I have something new that I found out this week. That's my dad, and that's me. And my dad made his transition to Thanksgiving weekend of 2006. And on that Saturday after Thanksgiving, Daddy and I were home alone. I don't know where everybody, they might have gone to Mass. I don't know where they were, but I was home alone with my dad. And my dad, he had emphysema really bad. He had been suffering the oxygen and everything for a long time. And he was sitting on the sofa. I was in the kitchen cleaning or something, and he watched Mass. And then after Mass, there was a thing on archangels. And my dad says, Laura, when I die, boy, I'd like to get some wings like that. And I go, well, Dad, I said, don't you know when you make your transition, you get to pick what you want. So if you want those wings, you'll get them. And he goes, really? And I go, yep. I'm going along cleaning. He's in there and he goes, Laura, I don't know. He said, all those angels are handsome bucks. They're big and they're strong and they're young and they're handsome. And I go, Dad, don't you know when you make your transition, you go back to the way you looked at your best? And he paused and he goes, really? He goes, I was a pretty good-looking son of a gun. And I go, yes, you were, Daddy. And he suffered, just to walk to the restroom, it was so hard for him. And so that morning, Sunday morning before I came to church, I kind of did my meditation. And in my head, in my heart, I said, Daddy, it's okay to go. It's okay to go. Mom will be taken care of. We'll make sure Mom's okay. But you don't need to suffer anymore. It's okay to go. We'll all be okay. So I came out of church that Sunday. That morning, I kissed him goodbye in the car before they took off, and I came to church. And when I got out of church, there were all these missed phone calls from my sister. And I knew it was my dad. And I called her and I said, Tracy, what's wrong? She goes, oh my God, the paramedics are here. Dad can't breathe. They're trying to revive him. And I said, Tracy, let him go. And she goes, I don't think I have a choice. And so I've shared that part before. My sister calls me this week. And we're just talking. And she said, you're talking Sunday? And I go, yeah. And I said, because I'd asked her, how many years ago was it since Dad made his transition? She said 2006. I said, that's what I thought. And she said, I don't know if I told you this, but after Dad made his transition, my sister isn't into psychics or anything like that. Well, she wasn't. And then one of her girlfriends dragged her there, and her girlfriend was having a reading, and then my sister went over. And she goes, oh, my God. She said, your dad's here. And he has the biggest wings I have ever seen. Isn't that beautiful? And my sister said, I became a believer then. Because what psychic, what person's going to tell you something that's that intimate that, and I had never heard that story before this week. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. So anyway, isn't that sweet though? Yeah. Anyway, attitude of gratitude. What's meant for you will come in ways you can't predict or describe. Unexpected and amazing. Nothing can stop it from entering your life and changing everything. Stay grateful always. Keep your mind focused on your goals and dreams. Trust in the universe. It's all happening for you. So when something negative comes into your life, don't be focusing on that. That could be the thing that's leading you in a higher, greater version of your life. Take it, say, got it, and then what are the good things that you can focus on? Why do we get trapped on the negative? Let's focus on the good things. And I love this, practice gratitude. How gratitude changes everything. Instead of saying, I have to start your day with, I get to. You have a choice each and every single day. So when you get out of bed and go, oh, another day, another dollar. No, another day, yay. And I get to go to work. And so many people wish they had what I have or whatever you have planned that day. You have a choice each and every single day. Let's get out of the Eeyore, it looks like rain attitude. And so these are things to think about. I choose to feel blessed. I truly do. And we all should do this. I choose to feel grateful. We are so blessed here. Every one of us here, no matter what you think you're going through, you are here and you are blessed. There is this divine purpose, and and the more you feel gratitude, the more good you attract in your life. If you're feeling angry all the time or poor me, that's the energy you're sending out, and that's what you're going to see, and that's what you're going to experience. I choose to be excited. I can't tell you how excited I am to come in here on Sundays. I didn't even remember to put my mic on. I just wanted to get out here. And I choose to be thankful. Be thankful for everything you have. And I choose to be happy. And I do. And I'm snarky. I know it. I confess that. But I like being snarky sometimes. Just say it. It makes me happy. Okay. So a good life is when you assume nothing, do more, need less, smile often, dream big, laugh a lot, and realize how blessed you are for what you have. Think of people in the Middle East or anywhere else over there. Look at how blessed we truly are. And so let's share that blessing. And dance before the music is over. Live before your life is over. You might want to come to the Keisha D concert is all I'm saying, if you want to get some dancing and living together. And so most of all, I want to wish you all, from the bottom of my heart, a happy Thanksgiving. Know that I'm having one. My son and his family, my 2 little granddaughters, are going to be here, and I'm so looking forward to them running in the house and going, Grammy, Grammy, and giving me a hug. Where's my present? They always want presents. So anyway, thank you very much. I will turn this over now to the amazing Reverend William. Thank you.
Oh, that was wonderful. Thank you so very much. It's nice to know that, to find out something new about your own self. It's an adventure. And speaking of which, a life of gratitude. That's a great set of words right there. But there's one thing missing. What type of punctuation? Those four right there, same set of words, they have different meanings based upon the punctuation. A life of gratitude has a period. Sounds kind of ho-hum, kind of drab, dreary. Oh yeah, I have a life of gratitude. Nothing much to it. The exclamation mark, how exciting is that? I have a life of gratitude. I have so much to be grateful for. The question mark, I have a life of gratitude? But I'm in the ditch. How can I have a life of gratitude if I'm in the ditch? Or the comma, I have a life of gratitude. That's a great punctuation right there. So, spiritual gratitude. Live a life from this vantage point, knowing that spirit, you are that action of spirit. And no matter where you are, guess who was there the entire time? You were. Yay! Exciting. But when you come from that place of gratitude and know that you are the design and creator of your life, acting in accordance with spirit, because spirit can only say one thing, and that is yes. And I love saying that, yes. Sometimes that yes, I may not have wanted that extra pie, but God said yes, but my belt said no. From a material aspect, not so much. Living life from the material realm, basing your good or your not so good on the relative life, may not be something that's so grateful for. But when we live life from the aspect of that divine nature that is a divine birthright in each and every one of us, it doesn't matter the external circumstances, because they do nothing but change constantly. Understand that we are the center of it all. We are the co-creator of our life, and I like that sentence as well. We are not victims here. Yes, we may get in trouble, we may have consequences, but the idea that we are designed or inherently supposed to suffer is so far off base. It's not even the same sport. We understand that we're center of it all. We are co-creators here. That's our philosophy, that we design and create our lives in accordance with Spirit. Spirit always says yes. So as we understand that we're the center of it all, comma, I get to change it. I don't have to stay in that mental attitude. I get to change how I view my life. And when I do that, I change the external of my life. Be conscious of the journey. I don't know where I'm going. Well, yeah, I do. I know where I'm going to be tomorrow. And that's going to be South Carolina. But I don't know how it's going to unfold as far as when I get there. I don't know who's picking me up, who's not picking me up. I don't know exactly what we're going to eat. I don't know what I'm going to help make for Thanksgiving because I love to cook, but Mom hates anybody in the kitchen because that's her space. And I like to cook. But be conscious of the journey, comma. The journey is never over. The beautiful thing is, even when you make your transition, the journey isn't over. That's why in this place, we don't call it death. We call it a transition because it's one state of consciousness to another state of consciousness because we are nothing but energy. And energy does nothing but only change states of being. And that's all. It never ends. Walking up a hill requires more muscle energy to move ourselves against gravity, but did you know it takes more eccentric energy going downhill in order to keep your center mass, our core, centered? As we go up the mountain, as we struggle, we have those, our work, our job, our relationships, our children. Sometimes that mountain is very steep. And sometimes we lean into that mountain to keep our balance, but we're always going uphill. And yes, it takes a lot of energy to overcome that mountain or that struggle. But did you also know that when we come down off that mountain, as we come down, guess what? We're not leaning up against something to keep our balance or to keep our center. We have to keep the center right here in our core. And that's why when we go downhill, when you go on that hike up to bump and grind, there's more of a workout in your core as we go down that hill because we have nothing to lean up against. We have to rely on our own center, that centerness of spirit, our own divine birthright. Know that you are a divine aspect of that life. Keeping that center strengthens our core. And by doing so, it strengthens our balance of everyday life. Life of gratitude. What do you choose? The period, the exclamation mark, the question mark, or the comma? We may fall short and make mistakes. So what? We may never know the end of our own sentence, but others will know your punctuation, whether it's a period, whether it's an exclamation mark, whether it's a question mark, or a comma. What type of life, what type of legacy would you like to lead? What type of sentence do you want to give to the next generation as we pass that baton of love and light and experience to that next generation? Whether it's a family member or whether it's your neighbor, family is family. We all come from one thing, and that is spirit. We are all divine aspects of that birthright, and that makes us family. So what do you choose? I like the comma. What about you? And now it's Dr. Dale.
Oh, goodness sakes. Whew. Oh, so this is Attitude of Gratitude Part 3. And good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you. So as we all do when we have the three of us, there's so many different angles to the story that we're telling, and mine will be very different as well. My part of our talk is called From Grievance to Gratitude. And there's a lot of grievance going on right now, isn't there? You feeling it? You hearing it? You are participating in it? I know I've had my moments of participation, and I've also had my moments of saying, what am I doing? I came from a family that loved grievance. We all just had our field day with it. All about complaining, finding what's wrong with everything in life, with each other, with ourselves. It was all about the grievance. So when I came into this center and they're talking about gratitude, I'm like, what? Gratitude? What? It made no sense to me because I had no receptivity for it. I was so into grievance being the thing to do and that you needed to be aggrieved and complaining that when I was introduced to gratitude, it's like my head kind of started spinning because I had no understanding of what it was to have an attitude of gratitude or to live a grateful life. But I was really open to finding out about that. And the more I learned about gratitude and started practicing it, I thought, wow, this is so much more comfortable than living in grievance, because grievance is so constrictive and it's a pain in the neck to hold on to, as Reverend William was saying, how he was talking about going up the hill. Being grieved and having that energy of grievance is a hard walk because it's totally against our divine nature, which is all about harmony and love and balance and ease. So when we're in grievance and complaining, we are just working against ourselves, and we are not creating much of a good life. So I fell in love with gratitude so much so in this center that I ended up teaching a class for years and years about gratitude. So I have found that living an attitude of gratitude and a grateful life is absolutely imperative if you want to live your best reality. So the predominant state of our consciousness manifests. So we got to be mindful of our energy. If we are complaining and taking advantage of stuff and not seeing the good in every single moment, we're going to create more of it in this world. And I don't know about you, I don't need any more things to be aggrieved about in our world. So if you go to gratitude and find it, you're going to create an energy inside of yourself that is really big, that's all about love. Because gratitude equals love. I mean, think about it. Think about gratitude. When we say, I'm so grateful, our hands come to our heart, don't they? I'm so grateful, right there on the heart. Because gratitude is heart energy. And that's where we want to immerse ourselves and live. And I know it's hard. I do. I get it. There are things that happen in life when we get out of the gratitude. We ask ourselves, why is that happening? And we start feeling like we need to complain and change things because our hearts are hurting, because we don't like things. And so we start going against gratitude. And what I tell people is, you know what, if you can't get to the gratitude in this moment, make it your destination. Say, I'm going to set an intention that I'm going to get myself to gratitude. And what I know about setting intentions is when you do that, it happens. So I want to cut you some slack if you're not quite with gratitude yet, but set the intention and you will find yourself going through a process where you'll be able to land and plant yourself in gratitude. Paramahansa Yogananda says this: thanksgiving and praise open in your consciousness the way for spiritual growth and supply to come to you. And I love that. Gratitude opens up this channel for divine energy to be flowing throughout us so that we receive our good and give our good because we're not in a state of constriction. We're opening up. He goes on to say that spirit pushes itself out into visible manifestation as a channel is opened through which it can flow, right? We talk about that. We want to be in the flow of good. And so that's about thanksgiving. When we're thankful and grateful, we create an opening for the good to come in. That's just how gratitude works. And we should be thankful at all times, right? And I know that can be a tall order. I was thinking about my mom and what my mom was really into manners, right? And I wish more people were into manners. It just seems like it's something that doesn't have as much of a dominance in our world. And there I go being grieved again. So I need to stop complaining about that. But I was thinking about my mom. My mom would always say, Dale, did you say thank you? Dale, did you thank them for that? Dale, thank. And it really bothered me because she was such a nag. But she was onto something there, to always be thankful, to always recognize when somebody has done something nice for you. And I'll tell you, I say thank you all the time. I don't care who you are, the person who's serving me something at a restaurant, the person who opens a door for me. Thank you, because thank you. Doesn't it feel good? Thank you. It's such open energy. And so to do our best, as Paramahansa Yogananda says, do our best to be thankful at all times. That's going to raise our field of experience in this world. Ernest Holmes says, an attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven. I have read this quote so many times, and for some reason I was like, what does the word salutary mean anyways? Like I didn't really know. And it means promoting health. It means wholeness. And I thought, isn't that so cool? Because what he is really telling us is the attitude of gratitude is life-giving. The attitude of gratitude creates that idea of heaven on earth. And as Reverend William had said, he said that when we open ourselves up to this good, and realize that it's happening in this moment, that is what our reality is. So it starts with us, not outside. Everything starts with us. And I know you guys might complain about us saying that all the time because that makes the responsibility on us. But it does start with us. We have to shift gears and go to gratitude if we want our world to change. Ernest also says, there is something in this attitude of thanksgiving that carries us beyond the field of doubt into one of perfect faith and acceptance, receptivity, realization. Can you believe that one word can do all that for you? Gratitude. It is a game changer. Absolutely a game changer. When we're in gratitude, something about our faith starts to awaken for us. We start to see that we can accept this world because we're able to see the good. We're able to see the good. And then we become very receptive to this life that we have and the possibilities that we have right in front of us. Because what I know about gratitude is it clears our vision up so that we can see that there's a whole lot of good right there for us to embody and embrace and live into. So Ernest knew what he was talking about. Meister Eckhart says, if the only prayer you say in your entire life is thank you, that would suffice. How simple he makes it for us. Just say thank you. And you're setting that whole universe into play for goodness to just come showering into your life. Isn't that cute? I am more of a cat person, but the dog looked like it was smiling, and it was so adorable. The cool thing is you can't be in gratitude and grievance at the same time. I dare you. I dare you. I bet you can't do it. You can't. So you want to go to gratitude, not the grievance. If we choose gratitude, our life is going to be a whole lot better, and we are going to be much, much happier people. And so that's the choice. Dr. Laura talked about it. Reverend William talked about it. It's a choice. You're the only one that can make that choice. Nobody can do it for you, and the world is not going to persuade you at all. I will tell you that. Don't look to the world to find your happiness or your gratitude. Find it here because it's you that sees it. It's you that experiences it. And it's all there for you, for the taking, if you just open up your heart and find it. So Dr. Dale has a prescription for all of you to expand your gratitude. And it's super, super easy. It's not going to take you much time at all. In the morning, when you wake up, better before you even step out of bed, in the morning and in the evening, 5 things you're grateful for. Isn't that easy? That's like a minute. That's like a minute of your life. 30 seconds in the morning, 30 seconds at night. I am grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful I have running water. I'm grateful I have food. I am grateful for the spiritual center. Look, I already had so many there. I'm already done with my morning one. Also, be the observer. Start setting the intention that you are going to catch yourself when you go into complaining. Okay? Start catching yourself. Just set the attention. And when you start saying, oh, I can't stand that, or that's wrong, or he did that, when that starts, catch yourself and go to gratitude. Just one thing to find gratitude for, because that's all it takes to shift our energy. One thing. I am grateful I'm healthy and well. I'm grateful I live in this beautiful valley. You will come flying out of that grievance mode and straight into gratitude. It is that easy, and it will change your life. I am telling you. Did anybody take my gratitude class that's in this room? Did it change your life? Thank you. It's that easy. So follow my prescription. So in conclusion, the attitude of gratitude is one that would benefit all of us to embrace and live into. And for me, I love Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving should be every day, 365 days of the year. Gratitude is a great way to focus on it, to really get clear on it, but let's carry it through the whole year because the attitude of gratitude will save your life. Your attitude of gratitude is going to affect other people to be grateful as well. An attitude of gratitude is not only going to change you, it's going to change the world. Thank you for listening to me. Have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving.